What if there is life on Mars? Is it possible that we've been looking for it in all the wrong places? We see a world of rust and dust, bombarded by radiation under a whisper-thin sky. But what if the secret to life on Mars isn't on the surface, but deep beneath it? Today, we use the known harsh facts of Mars as a blueprint. We will dig below the desolation to engineer a plausible, living ecosystem, driven not by fantasy, but by the unyielding laws of science. To understand Martian life, we must first understand the Martian prison. Mars orbits a G-type star, our Sun, but it's much farther out than Earth. This means the sunlight that reaches its surface is only about 43% as strong. It's a world in perpetual twilight. Its gravity is a mere 38% of Earth's, a gentle pull that has allowed its atmosphere to be stripped away over billions of years by the solar wind. What's left is a ghost of an atmosphere, composed almost entirely of carbon dioxide, with a surface pressure less than 1% of Earth's. The surface is sterilized daily. But Mars was not always this way. Billions of years ago, evidence suggests a world with a thicker atmosphere and perhaps liquid water. We see the ghosts of ancient riverbeds and deltas carved into the rock. This isn't just a dead world. It's a world that lost a great battle. But while the surface is now dry and sterilized, science points to a sanctuary. Vast quantities of water ice are locked away deep underground. The soil here is also rich in chemicals called perchlorates. To us, they are toxic. But to life in a world without oxygen, they could be something else entirely. A source of energy. This is where we find our biosphere. In the total darkness, life's first foothold is not a plant, but a microbe. We call it the chthonian mat. Because there is no sunlight, the chthonian mat is a chemoautotroph. It eats the perchlorate salts in the soil, releasing energy and, as a waste product, a tiny amount of reactive oxygen. And where there is a producer, there is a consumer. This is the Regolith Crawler. Because it lives in a low-gravity environment of just 0.38 G, it doesn't need a rigid skeleton. Because it evolved in darkness, it is blind, navigating by taste and touch with sensitive tendrils. The mat's waste product, reactive oxygen, might be toxic to the crawler, but it's a lifeline for another. Meet the oxy scavenger. Deeper in the rock, where liquid brines are rich in minerals, another specialist thrives. This is the lithosiphon. Because Martian subsurface brines are highly concentrated with salts, its intricate filtration systems extract specific chemical compounds directly from the liquid for its metabolic needs. Even the harder rock isn't untouched. Here, the slow, persistent geoharvester works its way through mineral veins. Another creature specializes in the loose, dusty layer. This is the terra skimmer. And then there are those who await. In the deepest pockets of ice, a rare and fleeting form of life exists, the cryobloom. Life below Mars is a slow dance of chemical exchange. For the immense geoharvester, every meter of solid rock is a meal and a transformation of the landscape. As it grinds, it leaves behind a trail of fine, mineral-rich dust and opened fissures, a resource that the Terra skimmer has learned to exploit. But progress here often comes at a price. The new pathways also open up access to hunters. Deep within the loosened regolith, a patient predator lies in wait. The Regolith Crawler, seeking new pastures, tunnels directly into the sensing field of the buried Vibro-Sensor. A sudden tremor. The Vibro-Sensor strikes, its harpoon-like proboscis lashing out from the ground. Meanwhile, in a stable pocket of ancient ice, a faint tremor from a distant Marsquake causes a hairline fracture to appear. For mere seconds, a microscopic channel of liquid water flows. The dormant cryobloom senses its window. Its internal glow intensifies. A burst of life. Spores are released into the fleeting liquid, carried away before the fracture refreezes, ensuring the next generation persists. From space, Mars appears to be a planet defined by its limitations. A weak sun, a thin atmosphere, a frozen core. But as we've seen, those very limitations are the driving force for evolution. The radiation forces life underground. The toxic soil becomes food, rock becomes a pathway, and even fleeting meltwater sparks a delicate bloom. Life doesn't just survive in spite of its environment, it is a perfect reflection of it. The red planet may not be green, but it is brilliantly, bizarrely alive. Given the unique chemicals of Mars's subsurface, what other metabolic pathways do you think could evolve here?